you'll have to sign off on. You'll receive that sentence. There may be a fine associated with that. If you need time to pay that fine, you have up to 2 weeks without any penalty. After 2 weeks, of course, you have to be placed on pay-only probation. If you plead nolo contendere, then you are avoiding points against your license. And if you were charged with a suspendable offense, you'll avoid the suspension of your license if you're eligible. And we'll let you know that depending on how you plan on pleading. If you consider that if you think that you may be eligible for a nolo, just go ahead and say that. That way we can look it up and verify it. And then we'll get you guys on your way. We'll try to process you guys as quickly as possible so that you don't have to stay here any longer than you need to. So just bear with us. Remember, when I call your name, just tell me what your announcement is. Guilty, not guilty, nolo contendere. All right. And if I mess your name up, please correct me as to the pronunciation, and I apologize in advance. Kesia Coleman or Kisa Coleman, FTA. David DeVault. DeAndre Garrett, FTA.
That's why I turned it on.
Just call that. Felicia Hackney, FTA. Douglas Henderson.
Here.
Mr. Henderson, what is your plea?
Nolo.
Thank you, sir. Stand by. We'll come back to you.
Okay.
Ziana Jamat or Jemet. Guilty. Thank you, ma'am. Yosef Kazarov. FTA. Gilberto Lama Garcia. Okay, thank you. Joshua Lashley.
He was online. You're muted, sir.
Okay, not guilty.
Thank you, sir. Darion Montgomery or Montgomery. That might have been it. It's
Middle initial.
A. Thank you, sir. Corey Williams. FTA.
Mr. Moss, please stay on mute until your name is called.
Bernard Battle. FTA. Lachey Bellows. FTA. Arian Billingsley. FTA. Paul Black. FTA. Justin Booker.
Your Honor, I'm Bill Jordan. I'm representing Mr. Booker, and he's also on.
Mr. Booker, can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
I can now.
Yolanda, I'm Bill Jordan. I'm representing Mr. Booker.
Okay.
Thank you. I can barely hear. I'm trying to find out a way to turn my sound up.
Okay, hold on for 1 second.
What's your announcement, Mr. Jordan?
He's back on mute.
Mr. Jordan. Mr. Jordan. You're still on mute. See him move his lips, but
Mhm. He's having
he's
some
talking to
technical-
somebody else. Mr. Jordan,
Yes,
what is your announcement?
I'm waiting to speak to the solicitor.
You're speaking to him.
So what I'll do is, go ahead and send their names in and let them know that we have two more people on the bus. Okay,
Mr. Jordan?
okay, that'd be fine. Thank you.
Come back.
Bye-bye.
He's got stuff going on in his office. Shaquandria Burgess. FTA. Taiwan Bush. FTA. Cameron Davis. Thank you, sir. Dennis Deason.
He's online. Mr. Deason, please unmute.
I'm here.
Mr. Deason, what is your announcement?
Not guilty.
Thank you, sir. Zaria Greer. I think I pronounced it right. FTA. Cubit Jackson.
Who was online? Mr. Jackson, unmute.
Hello,
Mr. Jackson,
not guilty.
thank you, sir. Renee Landers. FTA. Kevin Matthew. Mr. Matthew, thank you, sir. Quentin McDaniel.
Not guilty.
Thank you, sir. Dulce Melchor Garcia.
Not guilty.
Thank you, ma'am. Richard Moss.
Mr. Moss, unmute yourself.
Not guilty.
Thank you, sir. Juanita Redding.
Guilty.
Is Redding? Okay, thank you. Dinah Robinson. FTA. Dennis Walker or Denise. Thank you, ma'am. Erica Womble. FTA. Daryl Wesley. FTA. Devin Williams. FTA. Brandy Willis. FTA.
Mr. Williams, Devin Williams, can you hear me? Mr. Williams, can you hear me? Mr. Williams, can you hear me? You're on mute. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, sir. I need you to come off of
If
mute.
you're a witness in a case,
Can you hear me now?
I'm
to the
sorry.
front for me, right up here.
Yes, are you driving, sir?
If you are a witness in a
No.
case, not.
Yes,
y'all-
ma'am. Now it just linked in. I'm about to park though. I was taking my car down the street.
what is the-
Okay, yeah, you cannot be driving, so you can.
Yes, ma'am. I'm parking right now.
Right, but who's the defendant?
iPhone user. Who's listed as iPhone user.
So he's actually Manolo. Señor, dime tu nombre.
Balbino,
Palpino
Balbino, Magaña,
con.
Heredia. Heredia tiene una L de más. Por eso no.
iPhone user, that's you. Oh, Lord. Okay, thank you. I'll just rename you.
This gentleman said he was in Nova, correct?
This gentleman is a witness.
Oh. Thought he stood up and said, hey. Oh,
No.
it's the gentleman in black, right?
Yeah.
So he's a witness. in
Yes.
this. What case is he a witness in?
He knows for the
That was a FTA. Can you let him know that that person failed to appear?
esa persona pasó de comparecer.
And so once we get in contact with him, we set a court date that he'll receive a notice.
Ya que tengamos contacto con esa persona, entonces le mandamos un aviso cuando venga.
Okay. But for now, he's.
Pero por ahorita usted es libre para irse.
This is what I hate about Zoom.
Sir, please keep your device on mute until your name is called. Thank you.
Okay. He's good.
Ya puede
Thank
irse.
you very much.
You're welcome. You on the witness case?
Someone by the name of Kira Lynn Law.
Hey, who is this?
Kira Lynn Law.
Yes, I'm here. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you representing someone?
Yes, Devin Williams.
Williams, okay. He did sign it. Okay, we'll be with everyone momentarily.
Ma'am, did you still need me or did you just need to confirm who I am?
Yes, I just needed to confirm that. We're dealing with the individuals in the courtroom right now. We'll be with the individuals online momentarily.
Okay, thank you. And ma'am, this is Kyra Lynn again, counsel for Devin Williams. I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
May he appear virtually as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Lashley?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Lashley, you entered a not guilty plea, so we're going to email you and probably and mail you a new court date for you to come back on to try your case.
Okay.
Did you put your email into the chat?
I'm not sure. It's Joshua, son of God, 87 at iCloud.com.
Right, let me just make an announcement. Anybody who's on this Zoom, go ahead and email your full name. I'm sorry, email. Go ahead and enter your full name and email address in the chat so the court can have that to communicate back with you, okay? Go ahead and enter your full name and your email address into the chat.
Okay.
Mr. Lashley, would you repeat that email address again?
Joshua, son of God, 87 at iCloud.com. And I just entered it into the chat as well.
Okay.
I have it. Thank you.
All right, you can go ahead and disengage. You receive your new notice via email and in the mail. So you can go ahead and log off, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Darian Montgomery. Mr. Montgomery? Yeah. All right, come on up, Mr. Montgomery. And you guys, when you come up, make sure that you bring your plea sheet with you, already filled out, Mr. Montgomery. Can you tell me what your email address is, Mr. Montgomery?
BEENAYBORS@iCloud.com.
All right, Mr. Montgomery, we're going to.
And y'all did not
Court date.
put your email address on the plea
So you're
form.
free to go, sir.
Please do that.
Didn't they
You
do this
can,
last time? Yeah, we have to. reset
let me
it.
know and I'll get
So,
that in. But make sure that somebody else.
Yes, we'll probably send by mail and email.
Okay.
Cameron Davis. No, Mr. Davis, you indicated that you were pleading not guilty in this issue. Okay. And what are the documents that you were supposed to be bringing in?
Right. Last time I was up there, I was told that, they was gonna call my insurance that I had.
Verified?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna reset you so we can. Did you leave the information for the insurance with us?
Yes.
Make sure. Okay, we have it. All right, so we'll call and verify, and then we'll let you know, but we're gonna reset your court date. Can you give me your email address, sir? All right, Mr. Davis, you are free to go. We'll verify that. We're gonna send you a new email. In reference to the court though. You are. Dennis Deason. Or Denise, I keep saying Dennis, I don't know. Or was it Dennis? It was a Denise also. Dennis Deason.
Oh, he's
Is he
online. Yes. Sir, unmute yourself.
Are you looking for Dennis Deason?
Yeah.
Mr.
Hello?
Mr. Deason,
Yes,
were you able to put your email into the chat?
I did.
And you indicated that you were pleading not guilty, so we were gonna send you a new court date, which will be your trial date, okay?
Sir,
I said, we're gonna
this,
do a new.
this
court
is actually my second court date. I was,
Right, and it has to be reset for you to have a trial. So.
sir, I'm missing work every time we do this. This is the third time I've come to court.
Well, but you're on Zoom, and so we're giving you the accommodation of not having to come in. One
I
where,
not understand.
where your case is gonna be reset for your trial. Okay, so you can go ahead and log off. If we have your email address, we're gonna send you your new court date.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Hubert Jackson.
He's on this one.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr.
Please turn
Jackson.
on your video, sir.
All right.
Mr. Jackson, were you able to put your email into the chat?
Yes, sir. You want me to put it in again?
Can you just repeat it for me so I can write it down?
Cubit is CUBITJAKSON 21889 @gmail.com.
It's gonna be your trial date, okay?
All righty.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kevin Matthew. Mr. Matthew, you're doing a not guilty. We're gonna reset you for your trial. And I get your email address.
Okay, MATHIEU. 84. At Yahoo.
See, please shoot, sir. Thank you, sir. You are free to go. We'll send you out a new court date. You can attend either by Zoom or in person. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sorry, Solicitor Orlando Golek.
All right, we already did.
We already did that?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Quentin McDaniel. Come on up, Mr. McDaniel. Mr. McDaniel. Okay, he's on page 4. Mr. McDaniel, you're gonna be reset for your trial. Can you please give me your email address?
My first, I'm sorry, last name, first name.
So it's gonna be McDaniel. Quentin.
872 @gmail.com.
Did you email those documents to us?
I think I emailed, they said they got half of them, so it's like my sister, I just left Nashville this morning. But I brought my document with me the day I bought the car, the day I put insurance on. When I left, I was saying with the State Farm, I got document right there.
I believe we received most of the information, at least it's attached to it. So we're gonna reset you, Mr. McDaniel. If you want to attend by Zoom, you can do that. If you want to come back in person.
Can I get copies of it from here?
Yeah, we can make copies.
Yeah.
I can do a sheet though. If we can find, you can't, yeah.
Here you go.
Thank you, sir. All right, we'll make copies of that. Once we give you your copies back, then we'll progress it, okay?
Give me 1 second.
Dulce Melchor Garcia.
Morning.
Good morning, Ms. Garcia. You pled not guilty, and so you're gonna be reset for the trial day. What is your email address?
Cabrera. 2006. Then
That
20.
with 2 R's, E-R-R-A,
C-A-B-R-E. I mean, R-E-R-A.
R-A.
2006. 22. @gmail.com.
You do need your police sheets.
I have a
What's your question?
Yo tengo unos videos que son evidencia, se los puedo mandar a alguien para, bueno, es decir, va a ser como prueba para mi caso. ¿Quién se los tengo que mandar? I have some videos that are gonna be the evidence. Who do I need to send them to?
FP Court.
Before-
FP Court.
¿Tienen papel?
Write it down.
No. Me lo puedo poner
I had on a sticky thing.
lo voy a poner en, ya se las va a escribir. Ah, ok.
Just, so the thing is, the file can't be too big, because then it won't go through the email.
No, que tan grande.
Okay. You need to, you can place it on either a disk or a jump drive, you can put that.
No lo puede traer, ok, lo puedo traer antes o día de la I can bring it before or the court date.
Court date's fine.
Está bien, muchas gracias. Thank you.
You're welcome. And so we have Richard Moss.
Moss is online. Mr. Moss?
Yes,
Okay.
Mr. Moss, were you able to put your email into the chat?
I was.
And can you repeat that email for me so I can write it down?
Yes, my email is Rich, RICHMOSSJR @bellsouth.net.
All right, Mr. Moss, we're going to email you your court date. Just look out for that email. It might also come in the mail. That'll be your trial date, okay?
Yes, sir. This is like the third time also.
Sorry about the inconvenience, but we have to reset all trials.
Okay. I submitted some evidence online, like they said, and all that. I don't know what else to do. This is so inconvenient for something that it's not even necessary. Wasn't even necessary, but
I understand.
all right.
You have to have your day in court, Mr. Moss, and we're trying to make it as convenient as possible by allowing you to do it on Zoom.
Yeah, but I'm missing work, just like the man said. You know what I mean?
Well,
Okay, no issue, no problem.
have a good-
I'll be looking forward to that. I'll just gather some more stuff. So
okay.
thank you.
Ms. Walker? Ms. Walker, you can stay there. I see that you're anxious. We'll get the officer to come and pick up your police chief. You're pleading not guilty. Ms. Walker, can we get your email address?
Can you say that one more time?
Can you grab her police chief for us? Thank you, sir. All right, Ms. Walker, we're going to email and mail you your new court date. Still not that mobile. You can go on Zoom instead of having to come all the way down here. But we'll send you that court date for your trial, okay? Thank you. All right, so I don't have any. Is everybody on here? We still have the attorneys.
We have 2 attorneys cases.
So.
Mr. Henderson? Douglas Henderson?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, Mr. Henderson, you indicated that you wanted to plead nolo to your charge.
Yes, sir.
All right, so. You're not on the phone. All right, so Mr. Henderson, that fine is $760. Are you able to take care of that in 2 weeks, or do you need longer?
You said what happened, sir?
So the fine amount is $760 on the suspended registration. Can you take care of that in 2 weeks or do you need longer?
I probably need longer.
Okay. And were you able to put your email into the chat, Mr. Henderson?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell Mr.
Yes, sir.
Hold on 1 second, Mr. Henderson. I want to check his email. Listen there.
Okay. Yes, it is.
All right, so Mr. Henderson, we're going to email you the instructions on how to make payment over time. We're also going to email you a plea sheet for you to sign and send back to the court pleading NOLA. We realize that we need to make sure that we get that plea sheet back because the charge that you have is a suspendable offense and the NOLA will stop the suspension. So if we don't get that plea sheet back stating NOLA, it's going to go down as a guilty and your license is going to be suspended. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So you're free to disengage and just look out for that email.
All right.
Lamas Garcia. Mr. Garcia. Mr. Garcia, you indicated that you wanted to pay NOLA to the charge of improper passing.
Señor García, usted indicó que se quiere declarar nulo por rebasar indebidamente. Yes.
The fine amount was $165. Are you able to pay that within 2 weeks or do you need some time?
Que la multa ahora es $175, que necesita, puede pagar hoy o no necesita más. Lo puede pagar en 2 semanas, cuando está más.
2 semanas.
Sí.
This will read Mr. Lamas Garcia's email address. If we didn't
Necesita su
Oh. Thank you. All right, so he's good to go. He's going to receive the information on how to take care of that.
Okay.
Oh, no, she's going to give it to him. She has it.
What's his amount?
165.
And 2 weeks from today.
Antes de las 2 semanas.
Have him write his name here, sign and date it, and address and phone number.
So 135. 585.
And he'll have till the 27th to pay it. But make sure he puts his phone number down. We can send him the payment link. He'll give the option. We're gonna text him a link and then he'll be able to pay it directly from his phone, or he can come back and pay it in the office. Oh, I just texted him, told he got people here. That's for Kia.
Oh.
He said he's on his way.
Yes. So he's free to go.
Thank you, appreciate it.
You don't have to. Okay, thank you so much.
Welcome.
Sorry it was not disorganized, but
Oh, that's okay.
we're playing it by ear right now.
I was not in a hurry like that. I was always in a hurry.
Let me ask this gentleman if he needs interpretive services. Mr. Luis for Pro Outdoor,
Yes,
do you,
dígamelo.
hi, how are you?
Pretty good, thank you.
Do you need interpretive services today?
I think so.
Okay.
So I don't have any paperwork.
Yeah, I have it on here. It's-
So,
Can you make it?
Buenos días.
Hola, buenos días.
Que su caso va a ser aplazado.
Ok. Muy bien.
Very good. I told him that the case was gonna be reset.
Okay.
Anything else I can
That's
say?
it.
That you be sending him a
Mhm.
notice. Le van a mandar un aviso.
¿Por correo o por correo o aquí en el chat?
I think they send them through the mail.
Se lo van a mandar por correo.
Ah, ok. Muy bien.
Okay,
Está bien.
you're welcome.
¿Ya puedo dejar el chat o tengo que asignar algo?
No, ya se puede ir.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Diana Mott. And I know I messed your name up again. Sorry. The second time I did, okay. All right, so you're pleading guilty, so you're, well, let's go back though, because one of these is a suspendable offense. You do realize you're eligible, so that insurance charge will suspend your license if you're guilty to it. You're eligible to do a no vote, which will avoid the suspension of your license. It doesn't change the bond or the charge, but it keeps your license from going into suspension. You want to change it to a no vote? Okay. So I do need you to mark that on that. Okay, just mark through the guilty to the circle no vote. And the fine amount is the first charge that was a tag charge. That fine amount is $135. Second factor of no insurance is $585. So your total is $720. Are you able to take care of that in 2 weeks or do you need some? But, she's gonna need time on that.
Probation.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
She's gonna give you the paperwork.
I didn't call you yet, ma'am.
She's gonna give you the paperwork, the instructions on how to take care of it. Okay? So if you just wanna have a seat to the side, to call you.
She can say this.
And I think the one is back, right?
Juanita Redding?
Yes, thank you.
So, Redding has a suspended license. Ms. Redding?
Yes.
What's going on with your license?
I've been trying it ever since 2014. I don't know what's going on with that. Because, my disability.
Okay, so you're not able to get it reinstated, or you just?
I've been trying from Atlanta to here, I don't know, because they did it in Atlanta. And I've been going back and forth to court there. It's the same thing, but every time they send me the people to go to the DMV, they still don't reinstate them. And my doctor,
I see you provided us with paperwork with some medical information.
I don't know what's going on. This is 2014.
Well, so here's the thing. If you do this guilty plea this morning, any chance of you getting your license reinstated is gonna be suspended for an additional 6 months. You will not be able to get your license for 6 months on top of whatever time it is that they're holding it now. You are eligible for an nutrition, but what I would rather do in your case, because I do see that you provided medical documents in reference to your ability to drive, is I'm gonna reset you so that the judge can go through this before we put you in a position where you're not able to get your license back at all. So if you don't mind, we'll have to come back down here one more time.
I'm walking in the rain.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
I'm gonna call somebody to get me. I walked this morning, I caught the bus from stuff off, but my son said he finna come get out for it and get it.
Okay.
That gets called.
So you want us to reset you so that you can at least see if there's an option for you?
Yeah, because I want somebody to tell me what's going on. You know, it's been too long.
All right, so I do have your email address here at the bottom of the form. Thank you for that. We're gonna leave you at not guilty for now, okay?
Okay.
And then we're going to email you and mail to you. So we will contact you with your new court date. Hopefully, you'll have some more information in reference to your driver's license. If not, the judge will probably try to go through and see what can be done.
Okay, thank you.
And then we have a red speed on here. We can go ahead and release as well. And I think I'm trying to get the status. Mr. Ciso,
Mr. Ciso? Your camera is off, sir. You just had it on, you turned it off. Did that- Mr. Ciso, can you please turn your camera back on and take yourself off of mute?
Yes, present.
No worries. Mr. Ciso, we're going to reset your court date. The judge is not available for that trial on the red speed. So we're gonna send you out. Were you able to put your email into the chat?
Yes, sir, I did.
All right, so we're gonna send you a new court date in through your email and also in your mailbox, okay?
Okay, I just got one big question right quick.
Yes, sir.
I sent in, how it tells you to go to the, to that leg that, what is it, securedspeedviolation.com?
Mhm.
Well, we downloaded the affidavit and everything because what it was is we had an accident. My fiance had an accident in the car and we assumed it totaled. So we turned the title and everything over to statewide record service and they auctioned the car off. Well, they never took the tag off the car.
So you
When
said
we looted totaled and they,
somebody else was driving the vehicle that got the.
I'm
red-
sorry, I didn't hear.
Are you saying that somebody else was driving the vehicle?
Yes, sir. And she was on the insurance and everything. But what I'm trying to say is I put in all that paperwork and the affidavits they told me to fill out and send in. I did that. I don't know if y'all got it yet or not. But the thing of it was the car was wrecked 12/29. And we alluded over to statewide insurance. They auctioned it off. Let's see. I'm sorry to hold you up. I don't mean to. This might clear something up though, but let me see where it's at right here. Yes, the car was sold on March 4th. Okay. But they left the tag on the car. Now we canceled the insurance and I got the paperwork for that. Registration, insurance, and everything on 3/21. Well, the alleged violation, there's two of them in the school zone in Forest Park, which the car was not in my name or any accusations that it even had. The only thing was they left the tag on the car when they sold the car, which I got paperwork from them to show that as well.
Okay, can you forward that to us via email?
I can. We can do that, right?
Yeah, I guess.
But I was hoping it already went to that PO box that they told us to send it to. We sent it to what, over a week ago, week and a half ago?
Yes.
I don't think that was.
But anyway, that was my question. Now, if we need to go to court and I need to go, I'll just bring mine originals with me.
Okay.
If that's what it takes.
Just to be safe, go ahead and email us copies of the documents that you just spoke about, okay? Do you have
Okay, I can do that.
email address?
Pin. Yes, please go ahead.
Right there.
You ready?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
FP Court, F is in Frank, P is in Paul, Court,
Right.
COURT. At Forest Park, GA.gov. I'm gonna put it in the chat for you, okay?
Okay, thank you very much. But that was the questions I had because, I mean, I got all my documentation. I got the affidavit that I was told to get, send it in and all that.
Okay, so yeah, just
But yeah,
make
they can't, I don't know why I guess it was my fault. I should have pulled the tag off when I gave it to them, but I didn't. I thought they were gonna junk it, trash it, and we're gonna disconnect the registration and insurance, which we did.
Gotcha.
And then the violation came on 420.
Okay, so just go ahead and email me that. You emailed it to the program, but they did not include that in your evidence packet. So
Okay.
email me at the FP court and we'll attach it to your file for next time, okay?
Okay, that sounds great. Thank you very much for your time in the
Are
matter.
you still gonna set
Have
another
a good
court
day.
date or?
So we're definitely getting another court date.
Yes,
Okay.
Okay.
all right.
Would that be virtual or in person?
We'll still have that option for virtual, yes.
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. I'll get that email to you as fast as I can.
Okay, thank you. Have a good
And
day.
let me repeat that one more time, please, if you don't mind, to make sure I got this right. That's FP Court at forestpark.gov.
Nope. FP court
FP Court,
at forestparkga.gov.
GA.gov. Okay.
Okay,
That's FP Court at forestparkga.gov.
that is correct.
All right. Thank you very much.
No problem.
And then I need to just keep my eye out for an email for the next court date.
That's correct.
Thank you very much.
Miss Wong, come on up.
Miss Gamble, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Okay, so your case was reset to 8/16.
Miss Wong.
Okay.
And let me,
What is your?
you put your email address in,
what's your
correct?
plea? Did you already fill out your form?
I did. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll send you the new, I'll send you that updated.
Work to the back. Just stand by 1 second. She's gonna bring it back up.
I'll
okay?
send you that document with your new court information, okay?
Assuming that you're eligible.
Court date.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I can come out, I can get off.
Yes, ma'am.
Take care
Have a
of
good day.
Okay. All right, you too.
2 weeks. All right. You already wrote it on here. Thank you so much for that. Now, everybody wants to be said that. All right, so I have several attorneys here. Mr. Jordan, can you hear me? You're on mute, Mr. Jordan. Please take yourself off of mute.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, Mr. Jordan, you had Justin Booker, correct?
Yes, sir. He has 2 sets of tickets.
Hit and run, failure to stop, stop sign violation. Stand by 1 second for me, Mr.
Okay.
Jordan.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and put all the everything in there, fine, and I'll send it around.
Need Mr. Justin Booker's paperwork. Okay. And, who the other people? All right, so. We have a DUI less safe. Mr. Booker. Violation of traffic control device. Failure to stop accident and injuries. September 25th. And September 15th.
Let me know when you're ready to hear what our response is.
All right, I'm just gonna assume that this is a not guilty.
Well,
Did you get discovery on this yet?
no, well, I couldn't see him, but look, we want to resolve these. On the DUI, he had worked an 8-hour shift. He was tired. He went to sleep in the car. But I always tell people to take the test, right? He said they just tried to give him the alcohol test. He tried to blow into it, but they said he didn't. So they gave him a no, that he didn't take the test. But his license already been suspended for a year, because that was in September a year ago. Or 2 years ago, I guess, 21, I think. So, but we would like to try to resolve. I've been trying to talk to you. You've been trying to get in contact with me concerning trying to, get what your recommendation would be, because he's interested in putting this behind him.
Okay, so that was on the DUI, but what about the hit and run accident with injury?
Well, okay, he went to get medical help, but my advice to him is that it may have not been serious enough for him to go and leave the scene. So we prepared to try to resolve those. Look, there are 7 tickets. We were prepared to do some kind of plea on all of them except the DUI, because he had not had a drink, period. He was asleep at the railroad crossing.
But it was a refusal. And
yeah, but
we don't have any information to show that he was not drinking other than the officer's
right
evaluation.
Right, I know that.
And just to be candid with you, this is not his first.
I know that.
Okay.
I know that. But he had worked a full shift right before they went to get something to eat to go home, and he went to sleep. But anyway, what would your recommendation be to resolve all of these matters?
Tell me about the hit and run with injuries. Was that matter resolved through insurance?
Where he's on, I'm not sure about that. He claimed that was not his fault. Can you bring him in and then take him back out of this chat?
Oh, I'm in, sir.
Okay, Mr. Booker.
Everything has been resolved by
The
insurance.
insurance company paid their claims.
They paid their claims. They told me if it comes out then not to be my fault, that they could do other things, but they paid for their car.
That's not the question. Hold on. The question is, did they pay? We
Yes,
don't need
sir.
to know all the details.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, so Mr. Booker, let me do this because it would need to be reset anyway. Can you get me the paperwork from the insurance company resolving that claim? There may be something I can do with that accident with injuries, because of course, you know, there's jail time involved in that, leaving the scene. So if you can get me verification that the damage has been paid for that particular incident, then I can circle up with you on the rest of the cases to see if there's something that we can just do as a global settlement.
Well, you know, our goal is no jail time because he has a job. He has multiple child support obligations, and he doesn't want to have to not do that.
Right.
So I appreciate that. If you get me the information, I get it to him. Okay, Mr. Booker.
So the only thing, the only thing you need to do is just forward that to my email, and then I'll review it before our next court date. And I'll also review the complete file to see if there's anything that we can resolve with the other cases.
Thank you very, very much.
Now,
Mr. Booker, are you going to send them direct? You going to send it to him and to me? Can you do that? The insurance papers?
Yes, I can. I had to, they never sent it to me. They called me because I don't have a car. It's totaled as well.
Look, I know, but look,
I
this is
can't
jail versus no jail. You need
Yes,
to
sir,
call
I
your
can't send
agent. You need to call your adjuster and say, I need a copy of the papers,
I'm gonna call him as soon as we get off.
and send it to him and to me.
Yes, sir.
All
Mr.
right.
Booker, we're gonna forward you the new court date via Zoom. That way, just as long as you get that information to me before that court date, then I'll be able to have a resolution for you on that court date.
And it
Thank
probably
you.
should be in August, probably, right? Because I have my schedule is pretty tight before then.
So I won't know exactly what date, but just let us know as soon as you get the date that you have a conflict.
Okay,
and then we
all right.
reschedule.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. You guys can go ahead and disengage.
You have a nice day. We appreciate it.
No worries. Thank you.
Give me a call, Mr. Booker.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Aaron.
All right, so I have Kyrilyn Law. Castro is a witness. Ms. Castro?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Ms. Castro, I'm sorry, you were on that Booker case that we just discussed, correct?
Yes, sir. I got a letter to appear.
Okay, so you can go ahead and disengage. That's going to be reset. They're going to provide some additional documentation. My understanding, were you the victim in the accident?
No, sir. I was just a witness at the scene.
Okay, all right. You'll receive a new subpoena if this case goes to trial. More than likely, it will not. We're going to reset them for an arraignment, okay?
Okay, yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Ms. Lynn, who's your client? You're on mute. You're on mute.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. Who's your client?
It is Devin Williams. He should be logged on as well.
Mr. Williams. Let me find him on my calendar here.
Okay.
And Ms. Lynn, do we have an entry of appearance for you in this case?
There should be one from the Tucker firm that should have been on file quite a while ago.
All right, so I have 2 charges, running a red light, and 2 fast for conditions, and DUI, 3 charges. All right, and what is Mr. Williams pleading to those charges?
So he should have already tendered a not guilty plea. We've been to court previously on this matter.
Okay.
We have received full discovery. To my knowledge, discovery is completed. If I may, I have had a chance to review the discovery. You know, I tend to not prefer to do bind over just because it causes cases to lag out so long. So we are able to come to resolution. That would be most beneficial for, I think, everybody. This is a DUI. I believe it's a DUI per se. Do you show it, let's say, for per se?
So the officer has it charged as per se.
I thought so. Yeah, so I believe it's showing a BAC of 0.11. I looked at the tape. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Mr. Williams looks great on it. It's raining. He complies with everything. He performs fields. Looks great to me. I'm a little surprised that the BAC came back that 3/10 over, which is not, I guess, arguably that much higher than the 0.08. But if you're willing to entertain some other explanations as to why that BAC is there, I'd like more of an opportunity to look at that lab report to see if there are any toxicology issues or chain of custody issues. But if we can resolve short of a DUI, I believe, Mr. Williams, are you CDL?
No, ma'am.
You're not. Okay, great. So I didn't know if there are any masking issues. So there are not any masking issues here to prevent him to resolve short of a DUI. So we could look at it a little bit closer before we ask for a bond over. I would like to see if we can negotiate on this matter. I think on the traffic offense, the officer in the report says that he stopped a little past the red light line, and that was the basis for the traffic offense, but he didn't allege that he went straight through the red light or anything like that. So that was the basis from him being stopped from the beginning, the fact that he was just a little bit over the red light line with the vehicle stationary.
Well, so he basically said it was running a red light and too fast for conditions. I'm assuming that the reason why, if he didn't go through the intersection completely on a red light, is that he couldn't stop fast enough because of the manner in which he was driving. But I understand that you said that you want to see if there was any toxicology issues, so we can reset it for you to review that. That breath test, unless there's some issue with the actual device, is pretty solid. And if you want to keep it here, I'm looking at his history. I don't see, as of right now, short of any other information that may make you think different, it looks like this would just be a first. And so the offer would be a standard first on the DUI. The other than running the red light, we may be able to dispose of the too fast for conditions charge. It just depends on how we plan on resolving this. But I will reset it so that we can get some additional time for you to review that toxicology and see if there's any issues there that you may be able to bring as argument for mitigation, and we'll go from there. Do you have my email address?
I don't believe so. I'm happy to take that from you.
Okay, let me give that to you real quick. It's
Sure.
LAW at M as in Mary, R as in Rose, lawgroup.com.
Excellent. And what's your name?
It's Andreas, Andres, Marie Rose. Oh, I see on the camera, it says Yolanda.
I figured it wasn't that. Okay.
This is Miss Green's laptop, so I'm using her laptop.
I won't hold it against you. All righty. And you said Marie Rose.
Correct. One word, MARIEROSE.
Excellent. Okay. All right. I will be in touch. And should we stand by to receive that notice via mail for the next court date?
Yeah, so we'll email you a copy, and Mr. Williams should also get an email and a mailed copy.
Excellent. Okay. You did locate my entry, correct?
Yes, ma'am. We got it.
All right. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it. May we be excused?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. Thank you. Bye-bye.
That's not touch.
You know what? I'm so used to my laptop. I mean, my iPad. All right, so that's everybody. You can go ahead and end this.
I got his capture. Hold on.
You stop everything. Yeah, you can stop. I ain't about to mess it up.
I got the chat.
Okay, thank you. End live.
Shoot, I can't go nowhere. Anyway.